Hello, hello. How is everybody? It's Sunday, March the 8th, and the temperature has dropped enough that I felt like, holy shit, I could maybe actually do a stream in the living room with the computer with the big bright monitors emitting heat in my direction. Hi, everybody. How are you? Good to see you all. Hello, Chemical, and Mr. Phoenix, and Stardrop, and Dr. Yasmin. I did see Dr. Yasmin there, right? Oh, that's right. I saw you on the Discord, but not necessarily in Twitch chat yet, but that's fine. Hi. Yes, I'm still a little discombobulated, honestly, because it's been a week. Many work things going on all at the same time, and we did actually get some drinks from the company, like Friday afternoon drinks and nibbles at a place in the city that has a open rooftop area, so I felt like I could actually go there and unmask briefly to sip a bit of drink and then remask. So that was nice. How has everyone been? Like, my streaming schedule at the moment is kind of like once a month if you're lucky, but I'm hoping that the temperature will eventually cool down enough that I can return to some sort of regularity. It's 25 degrees today and rainy. Looks like it will go back up to 31 next week, Thursday, fuck me. But then we might get another rainy weekend. So who knows? Maybe next weekend we'll do another stream. No promises. No promises. We don't have a puppy cat on the camera at the moment because she was being a bit of a whingy baby, and I gave her dinner, but I also did the vacuuming, and she's gone off to go hide somewhere I don't have camera access. Dr. Yasmin, welcome in. Old school, Neko and Ultima, yes. You know, I keep returning to this. Like, I want to do the speedrun. I want to reclaim my crown. And I have, like, routes and things planned out. And I've even discovered new tech, which I haven't put into the route yet, because it's been so hot. And I've just basically been dead, like, in the bedroom watching videos and things. It's autumn. Maybe the weather could see fit to start cooling down for you. That would be nice, Stardrop. That would be very nice. I mean, yesterday it was so humid, like, you go into the living room just briefly to check on your cooking, and you're sweating already. It was rough. But yeah, plan is, although we don't have a puppy cat at the moment, maybe she'll show up. Who knows? And oh, there she is. Hello. She's over on the forbidden side of the living room. You want to come over here? You could be on camera. Yes? You want to be on camera? Doing things. Speedrun. So, let me go to this screen. This screen. Yes. Complete with background music. Let's turn that off because we're not doing coding at the moment. So I've been putting my speedrun plans together in a Bitbucket. And I thought I'll go over it now just to sort of try and refresh my memory of what I'm supposed to be doing for this speedrun. And then we'll give it a go, and we'll just see how it goes. Because I've been putting a lot of effort into, like, slowly planning through things, but, like, it's not proper practice if I'm not trying to do it for real. So let's try and do it for real. Worst thing is we waste an hour playing Ultima 7 Part 2 Serpent Isle, a really kick-ass game from 1993. That's not so terrible. So we exit monitor, or exiting monitor is the goal, we need to pick up the bedroll and the bag with the lockpicks, and we need to drop our Ankh, because we later replace that with the Amulet of Balance. Need to enter monitor, but you know what? Can I edit this within Bitbucket itself? Because that would be handy. If I click on Zaridme, and I'm on my V2 branch, yeah, we can edit inline. It doesn't give us a rich preview or anything, but it's fine. Useful things to drop. Get Shamino to give you his hammer, so you get the XP from the wolves. I mean, we ditched the hammer soon after, but that's fine. It was so humid. How humid was it? It was so humid, I tried to make a red wine reduction, but when I came back, it turned out to be a red wine expansion. I don't understand wine things, so I'm sure that's hilarious to wine aficionados. Stardrop. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna commit that. That's fine. Maybe I should have done this in Confluence. It would be easy to edit, but whatever. So we go through monitor, training hall, grab the 2 halberds, and then exit monitor. Next goal is sailing to Moonshade. So we exit monitor, go northwest until we hit the mountain, follow it, reach the tree with the serpent crown, grab that. YGY, hello, hello, welcome in. It's a sauce you make by simmering red wine to reduce the volume. Ah, so you'd actually managed to dilute it from all of the heat, the humidity. Die to goblins. This is the part that is always a bit tricky for me, because like it's so slow, but by the same token, like stopping to fight the goblins is slow. It's dumb. Like there must be some optimization we can do here. But we go to Fawn, get the Iron Maiden, reddish brown key for the Serpent Gate for Fawn, run to the Mint, get Shamino to drop his pants off, do this thing, skip through the wall. Now, this is one that we could use our new skip tech for, because in the previous run, we discovered that if you're holding an Iron Maiden in your left hand, and you have a halberd attached to your back, and you have no other inventory containers where you could stuff the halberd into, even if they're full, like the game will stuff it in there, even violating the space constraints if it wants to. If you turn combat mode on, you will grab the halberd in your free right hand, but because the halberd is a two-handed item, it forces you to drop what's in your left hand because it can't stuff it into any inventory slots. And that way you kind of do the Iron Maiden skip slightly quicker than talking to Shamino and getting him to drop it and like leave the party. I mean, I think it's slightly quicker. It feels quicker. If we needed to do a bunch of these in a row, which is maybe something we could experiment with today, like can we tunnel through solid rock with this technique, then that might work really well. But the problem is, like, you still have to dump your backpack and the pouch that we're using for our quest items, and we can't have the bedroll because that's the slot where you would put something on your back. Like, we've actually been using the bedroll for the dialogue-based Iron Maiden skip. So I need to work a lot of this stuff out. But like I said, today maybe we'll just give it a go. So it's very funny. You stand on top of the pants, drop the Iron Maiden, step into the wall. The pants are required so that we're lifted up one unit off the ground, because otherwise the wall above our head would still be treated as solid, and we wouldn't be able to see these top shelf items. So then we go to Sleeping Bull, Hawk, Pikeman. Pikeman Tower, drop the backpack so you only have 1 gold bar to give them. Pay fine, get Hawk, boat cutscene. So then we get to Moonshade, and we don't need to spend much time in Moonshade at all. We go to Fedabilio, get the spellbook. Frigidazi's house, create ice scroll. I love keeping the bedroll on my back. It is a very nice, handy item to have, especially because, you know, Ultima 7 NPCs have their own shit to do, and sometimes you need to approach them at the right time of day. So just being able to fall asleep in the middle of the street whenever you want is very handy. Yeah, then we run up here and we do the halberd bridge, which you've seen before. Specifically on my back, though, it just feels the right place. Yeah, I get what you're saying there. Like, you could put it in a backpack. It does fit. But it doesn't feel right. Then we go straight into Erstam's shed and get the jawbone. This is maybe another one we could do the quick skip for. Because like there's a lot of inventory juggling at this point. The other thing about the dialogue-based skip is because the idea is you get Shimino to give you all of his items when he's leaving the party, you have to have a fairly full inventory such that you cannot hold the extra halberd or Iron Maiden, and you are forced to drop it at your feet. The combat mode based technique, that actually requires you to have a very lightweight inventory with no containers. But that's kind of easier to do than getting the exact right fullness of containers so that you can't pick up the stuff. Yeah. Go to Erstam, get the teeth. Then we need to go to Monk Isle and get the cheese and the mandrake roots. Still don't have a good method for that to like just guarantee we can get it straight away, but I swear I saw them that they had spawned already once. Death to Moonshade, we need to exchange to gold coins, get spellbook from Fedibiblio, and then trigger the Silver Seed. So then our new route through Silver Seed is we do a 6 maze first, because it gets us the Helm of Light, because everything else in this area is very dark. And here's where I thought maybe if we can use the combat mode Iron Maiden skip, we could maybe tunnel through that wall and go straight to the 4th maze. But that's a big maybe, because it still requires you to have walkable tiles on the floor between those walls. Yep, so there's a setup for doing the maze. And yeah, again, if we're doing the maze with Shimino dropping the Iron Maiden at our feet, we need to bring Shimino into the maze, right? Where's the cat? She's gone somewhere. What was my thoughts? So, you know, you need to tell him to wait at the entrance, and then you go into the maze and you re-recruit him so he follows you. That is a little slow. If we're just by ourselves and we have minimal inventory already because of the way the maze works, we could instead do the combat mode Iron Maiden skip here. That would probably be way quicker. Let me make a note on that one. This is really not easy to edit live. I'll remember. That's it. I'll definitely remember to do this 30 minutes into the run. Then you can do that. Helm of Light. Re-equip ourselves. Then we go to Drexinar. Do the riddles. Then we do Aram Doll. And then finally we get the Ring of Shal. I mean, again, I guess, like, you know that cave that you go in with the acid slugs? Sorry, this is really tiny on your screen. I don't want to make it bigger because I'm going to be using it as reference in a moment. Yeah, if there's maybe a wall we could tunnel through instead of worrying about... Actually, hell, you know what? Like, do we need Shamino when we're on our way to get the Ring of Shal? Do we need him at all? Because the problem is, he dies to the traps, and then I have to lug his corpse back to Surok the healer. If we're not bringing him, at most, like, I'll take a bit of damage, or if I die, I get teleported back to Surok. That's not the worst thing in the world. The only reason I think I would have brought Shamino to the Ring of Shal is for backup combat support. But you know what? I don't want him for combat support because he steals all my experience. Yeah, okay, I think I've updated this already. Tell Shamino to wait. Cool. Okay, I'll try and remember to do that. Test of purity, that, like, jumping over those rubble is a bit fiddly, but it can be done. Exit. Serpent Staff is another fiddly bit. And then we start collecting the endgame items. Golub Swamp. Ophidian Sword. I mean, that's... I don't think we've got anything new there. Although... yeah, because, again, when you go into the dream world, the game takes your equipment away. So this would be another good setup for the combat mode Iron Maiden skip to get into Batlin's Dream. Like, we still need Shamino to follow us into the dream world so we can get the spell book. But yeah, okay. Order Serpent, that's Stefano's Shack. That's the very first skip we ever did. Serpent Armor, the Fawn Treasury, that's still nothing we can get through easily. There's still some weirdness about Create Ice specifically that works better than the Iron Maiden, and I don't know why. Need to do science. Serpent Anna. Hello, Carlfish. Ah, you're reading the subtitles. Yes. And I've called you Cullfish. No, subtitles. It's Carlfish. Hey, how did that pick up correctly? It was Serpent Allah for a moment, but it corrected itself. Well, you know, like, it is a serpent-based religion. It's, yeah. Welcome in. How are you doing? I am plotting how I'm going to attempt another speedrun with my little route here. Again, we're doing this bit. You don't want your companions because they die, because they're naked, and it's freezing cold weather. That reminds me, I do need to pick up a cloak at some point, like at the Fawn Treasury, maybe? Yeah. Doing good. Long time since I've looked at Twitch, and you were online, so yay. Yay, well, it's good to have you here. I have been streaming much less often because, holy fucking shit, it's so humid, I cannot exist in front of the big computer with the big monitors beaming energy into my face. I've just been like holed up in the bedroom where I have air conditioning, and I just use my laptop and watch YouTubes and things. And the Chaos Serpent, we go defeat Batlin and everything. I don't think there's much we can change here. Chaos Serpent Eye. Endgame. This is always a bit like stressful because your companions are dying from frostbite while you're hurriedly trying to build a bridge. And yeah, that's the thing, right? The new technology I've discovered, I can use it to drop the Iron Maiden at my feet quickly, but I still need to rely on the dialogue version to drop a halberd at my feet, because the halberd is a two-handed weapon. I can't have it in my offhand only. Like, maybe there's some alternative item in the game that I could find that's... You can hold it in one hand, and it has a very large surface area when you put it on the floor. But I remember looking around, and there's things like animal hides and what have you, but they're smaller and they're way heavier. Plus the halberd is also a weapon, so it's useful. So then we skip through some more walls, which may be the combat skip here, because we need to do several of them in quick succession. That's probably the quicker way. Water Serpent Eye. And you know, I kind of want to test this, but like, you know, it right at the end game, you're placing all of the things on the pedestal until the serpent statue starts moving. I kind of wonder if it's possible to glitch the game out at that point, because it's certainly glitched the opposite way several times for me, where I put both the Chaos Serpent Eye and the Balanced Serpent Eye on the pedestal, and it hasn't registered one or the other yet, so you have to move them around until it goes, oh, right, you've got both, cool. Is it possible? Maybe? Like, you could just shuffle the single eye around until it decides you're good? Because if we don't have to get the Order Serpent Eye, then we don't have to get all of the paraphernalia for the Hierophant, which means we can skip a whole bunch of extra stuff. So that's something to try. Let's go to the game, which is one of these scenes that I definitely have here, and is not capturing properly. Yeah. Oh, wait, let me... No, this is fine. And I should probably prepare to get the splits showing on screen, but I'll figure that out later. Let's just have a little experiment before we start. Yes, Shimino, you're starving. I'm starving as well. Let's go somewhere where we can eat some food. Which paraphernalium is the one that you don't have to have anyway? Is it the earrings or the ring? Technically, you don't have to have the ring or the earrings, I think. We need food. I don't know how much money I have. It's probably nothing. Ayah. Where's my feast? Where's the feast hall? much. I can just pick it all up, and then we will use the F key to eat it. They were just there to make the Hierophant look fabulous. Yeah, like I know that the earrings are what lets the Earth Serpent talk to you, which you kind of want in the regular game because you would have no clue what to do otherwise. But in the speedrun, you definitely don't want that because it is slow. Nice and plump, yes. And the ring... I don't know if the ring does anything. Yeah. Like, the items you absolutely need are the Serpent Staff, Serpent Crown, and Serpent... whatever this is. Armor. So what was I thinking? Let's scroll my thing up. In fact, let's rearrange my windows a little bit here, so I can see that. How do I make this smaller? There we go. Close this too. Necostream, hello Helia, welcome in. How are you? It's good to see you. Like, what was my first point where I was like, hey, we should totally test that? Oh, that's right, it was, the maze. You got up just for me? Oh, that's so nice, thank you. Important to equip this serpent, whatever this is, as early as you can, yeah. You got the serpent thingy and the serpent MacGuffin. You combine those to make the serpent thingamabob. Totally not because the real life Neko meowed at me. Meow. Really? So, what's name? Thingo. So, yeah, unfortunately we don't have Poppy on the camera today, Helia. She was around earlier, but she's hiding from me because I vacuumed earlier. And she got all uppity because I wasn't feeding her quickly enough. Good old Ophidian ruins. Yeah, I do like them. It's maddening when you're trying to find a secret door in the wall textures because they can look really, really similar. Okay, we've done the maze already on this run. Perp, perp. Okay, I thought we did the maze already on this run, but apparently that's just triggered it. She was convinced her food bowl was empty, so I stirred the food a bit, and suddenly, wonder! Miracle! The food was back! What Poppy has been doing to me recently is because I'm just holed up in the bedroom with the aircon on. I come out, I give her some food, chop it up on a plate, she starts eating, I go back into the bedroom as quickly as possible, AC on. An hour later, she'll come back to me, meow, I'm hungry, feed me. I'm like, didn't I just feed you? And I'm like, oh, hungry, feed me. I'm like, okay. So I go out of the bedroom, I accompany her as we walk to the kitchen, and lo and behold, she left a bit of food on her plate already. So she goes and eats that. She just wanted moral support, I guess. The Ophidian Ruins floors, the art for those was palette swapped and used in Ultima 8 as the cobblestone floors in like 5 different colors. Today I learned. Dr. Yasmin knows this because Dr. Yasmin, if you don't already know, has been working on a very cool... Look, see, I have the Helm of Light. How do I have the Helm of Light if I haven't done the maze? Or does the maze let you do it? No, it doesn't let you do it again. Very cool, ambitious project to bring Pagan Ultima 8 into the Exalt Ultima 7 open source engine. And it is very cool. Yeah, if the human doesn't walk you to the bowl, does the bowl even exist? Who knows? Yeah. Mike Mashafri actually told me they had a tool in Origin that could perspective shift sprites, and they'd use it to get them started with some art every time they did a new Ultima. Cool. So here's the setup for the combat mode Iron Maiden skip. No other containers that you could possibly stuff something in. Halberd or any other two-handed weapon on your back. Big, chunky Iron Maiden held in your offhand. If you're holding it in your right hand, you'll just try and beat people to death with it and use it as a weapon. But if your right hand is empty, the game will attempt to put the halberd in your right hand, which it can't because it's a two-handed weapon. So it will force you to drop the Iron Maiden because it doesn't have anywhere else to put it. It looks really good. Good job. So my thought process here was, can I do this? Oh, of course. We went through the maze properly again. It keeps stripping me of items every time we do it. LOL. I love a strat that requires physically carrying around an entire Iron Maiden. I am so grateful that item is something we can pick up and carry, even if it does weigh 15 stone. It is such a useful item. But okay, we'll put these in the maze, and then we'll enter the maze, and then we'll pick them up again. Who keeps an Iron Maiden in a tree? Honestly. So we just got to do this every now and again to glitch our way up to this wall. And then my question was basically, did they forget and leave walkable floor tiles in this direction? Or is it an actual proper void that we can't glitch our way through? One day we'll break into your machine and use Exalt Studio to edit the Iron Maiden so it's too heavy to carry and you'll be very confused. Rude. Now the problem here is, how do I pick up the Iron... There we are. There. Here I'm in. There's like a pixel or two that we can click on. Oh, I couldn't walk through that. That's odd. Oh, unless the entirety of the floor here is void. That could explain it. Yeah, it looks like we can't do that. Let's hack mover and we'll confirm it. Okay, we could theoretically walk into this bit, but maybe not that bit. And yeah, once we're in the wall here, we can't go anywhere else. Well, it will at least help us do the maze a bit quicker. Yes, well done, maze. You caught us. What was my other thing I wanted to test before we get going here? A6 maze. Leave Shimino at Deathwatch. Doll. Oh yeah, the dream world. I mean, I think we can just do that. I think that will work. Oh, and yeah, maybe the end game. Shall we jump directly to the end game? You know, I probably have a save for this. I don't. I need all my stuff. Actually, I need the serpent crown, don't I? Or we don't actually ever have to wear the serpent crown, so that's fine. Ring of reagents, very important. Bedroll I'll take, but I guess I'll take it in the backpack, which I guess Shimino has? What happened there? I thought I'd worn this. Yeah, you've got my pouch and my backpack. And now I'm over encumbered. I don't have all the items we need, but that's fine, because we can find those at the end game. MP! Hello, hello, how are you doing? Lurking with no sound. That's okay, I have captions. I'm just derping around here. Oh yeah, this door is locked, that's fine. We'll just remove the damn wall. Just derping around, preparing to try and do another speedrun. And if I move this window up, I'll be able to actually see my own captions. I can see the captions if I enable it. Good, wide UI. It's my own custom setup, so it's a little janky. I'm using a open source model called Moonshine, which is based on another one called Whisper, but Whisper only does captioning for like 30-second chunks. It's for like transcriptions, really. So, fun thing about this whole area, actually. I don't have Hack Mover on anymore, so walls are too heavy. These things, Ophidian Obelisk, are removable by the player without cheating. In fact, I kind of wonder how heavy they are. 21, 36. Right, so they weigh 15. So they weigh the same amount as the Iron Maiden. Can I use the same trick to walk through the wall here? Oh, that's my belt pouch. Okay, dump you. And actually, no, I can't have a belt pouch or a backpack for this trick. Behold, this one weird trick. It does kind of work. Let's try this again. There's a specific spot you have to be in for this one. If you want to be able to just... If you want to be able to just walk... Excuse me? Game. There we go. I'm now standing inside the wall. And I can grab two of these. But we don't have to do the whole thingy if we just want to test out our theory here. Because behind this... Ophidian obelisk, behind this wall is a backpack loaded with goodies. So I guess, like, it is what I consider to be cheating, because it's got items in it that are clearly quest items that you shouldn't be able to pick up normally. But it's not cheating in the sense of me using the cheat commands here. Hack Mover is off, but if I turn this on... Oh, I can't see it here, though. Whatever. Hack on. There's the backpack. Sneaky backpack. Open it up. You've got all the quest items you need to complete the game. And yeah, like, theoretically, if we'd done that... Again, without officially cheating, you could do this. Oh, whoops. Now we've got items in a backpack. Now it's picking swords and things. Shimino, please hold this for me. Hey, didn't work. It's very finicky about where it will work and where it won't. Let's try this corner here. That's strange. Maybe this item doesn't work the same as the Iron Maiden exactly. Maybe it's got a different center point. Which could be handy for some other skips, but you only get them right at the end game here, so never mind. Come on, let me cheat my way through the wall here. People are watching. Determined to do it the cheaty way now. Why is this not working? I could probably go through the side there with those pillars. Iron Maiden being just big enough. Okay, game's decided that I'm a liar. And you can't use this skip anywhere. It's much faster to do, though, than getting Shimino to leave the party and everything. Alright, well, this isn't what I was interested in testing, so we'll just hop over the fence there. And as long as you approach this bridge and just go around the edge, you don't trigger the cutscene. You're a liar, Neko. Warren Spector just said so. And I just hit my head on the microphone. So this is the end game. Spoilers, if you haven't seen it before. And here's all of our stuff. We need to use this and this, but let's pretend like maybe we don't have this yet, because I want to see if it's possible. And I won't want that. I want that. Don't need those. Don't need those. What's that? That's weird. Why would they give you a regular ring and a serpent ring? Okay, that's all the items except for Order Serpent Eye. So the idea is, if you had the earrings in, the voice would tell you, go put these things into their appropriate slots. It opens the wall of lights, and then put the eyes on the pedestal. It's one of them. But I was hoping maybe if you just kind of fuck around with it a bit. No. Looks like you do have to have the second. Okay, what was that? And then you kill it and it's endgame. Alright. Let me figure out how I did the actual speedrun splits thingy. And we'll get that on screen. And we'll do speedrun, why not? Or attempt to. I need my terminal. NW split. Do I need to... Let's look at my script. How does this run? Oh, just open. Okay, cool. So I'll put that somewhere. And then I've got to capture it. And the man in the back said, "Everyone attack," and it turned into a speedrun splits. Oop. We are unfortunately not graced with Poppycat at the moment, so I will put that up a bit here, so you can still have chat. What else? So how do I start it? Because I don't have my dedicated button hooked up at the moment. I think it was something like Super S? Yes. Super S. Super S. Alright. So stop all of that. Reset. Cool. And we'll exit the game. Because I want to go goals 200 just to show we're doing that at the cycles thing. And then serpent without the cheats so that we don't have any temptation to cheat. And obviously, as is tradition, name our avatar poggers. And time starts when we go journey onwards. So I guess I'll start. I am not ready. Alright, it's gone. So we gotta run through the start quickly. I say quickly, that should be implicit. Everything we do here with the speedrun is quickly. Friends get zapped. Oh, I didn't prepare like the copy protection questions. This will be tricky. How many forces form principal bounce? 6. No, wait. Yes, 6. The parrot. How many cities were established in the Serpent Isle? 3. How many types of weapons are discussed in Erstam's book? Fuck. 4? Oh, true, the one I seek. Phew. Bye. And then the monks have a fight. Because one faction of monks thinks they should interfere and help us out, and the other faction thinks that they shouldn't interfere. But Soxa here, she's only really interfering by letting us resurrect our companions and ourselves. And even Karnax participates in the resurrecting of ourselves. Hey, Shimino. Is it here? No. Oh, hi. You can tell I haven't done this in a while. Yes. Oh, gods. It's much better to get this before Shimino joins you in the cave, because there's less dialogue to skip through. Let's quickly dump some of this. Give me your hammer. Yo, we are friend. Now let's go get geared up. And leave, letting Yolo rot in jail and Dupre to whatever fate he has. I mean, Dupre's a warrior. He'll fit just fine into Monitor's society. Yolo's clearly a sorcerer and will be put to death. Alright, that was a split, right? I exited Monitor. So now we go this way and get the Serpent Crown. Trying to avoid the goblins on the way because that slows us down. But there we go, there's one encounter. Can we just outrun them? Yeah. Oh, where's that damn tree? Did not mean to be fighting in the middle of this. I need to find a magical crown that someone's put inside a hollow tree. It's from here and northwest. It's just like how there. Okay. Crown get hits 11 8. Can we just die to the snakes? Yes, we can. Okay, that's fine. That might be a better way to die, actually. Discovery. Leave my cow. No! Oh, Karnax, that is cruel! So in every other time I've done this, when we die in the Goblin Forest, the monks teleport us, resurrect us or whatever, and we reappear just outside Fawn. But for whatever reason, just now, he's chosen the other default respawn location of Harna's cornfield. Feck off. Well, this is just a practice run anyway. This is fine. This is practice. I'm getting XP by fighting goblins. It's so good. So many goblins. Alright, come on. Let's go to Fawn. Cutscene. No, fuck off, rogues. I'm Poggers. Merely visiting. Pass. So we gotta run to Lady Yolinda's quarters. Not this way. It's been a while. It's been a good few months since we've done this. Lady Yolinda here, I think. Yes. Grab this key. And then, do we just leave? Yeah, we just leave. You can just leave. If it sucks, hit the bricks. We're gonna rob the Royal Mint next. Accidentally right-clicked on the window border. So I think it's pretty much just straight east. Don't talk to the ghosts. Here we are. Royal Mint. Shimeno, if you could please remove your pants. Thank you. Now, if you were to give me your halberd... We didn't get the... We didn't get the most important item in the game. So we're gonna walk back to Fawn now. I got a bit discombobulated by Karnax dumping us in a cornfield. There's no Iron Maiden in here or anything, is there? I mean, it's a spooky kind of area, but I don't think it's that kind of place. We need to get the Iron Maiden so that we can start walking through walls. Oh, bugger off. This is fine. This is practice. It's a practice run. And practice makes perfect. So we need the key on here to unlock this door. And... ooh, can I actually reach all the way to this door? Yes. Sweet. I can't carry that yet. That's fine, it's Shimeno's job. Carry that. Now we go rob the Royal Mint. Don't care, go away. I kind of want to be able to scroll my notes while not letting go of my mouse, because my mouse is busy running through the game, so I've got the right mouse button held down. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Maybe I need it on like a tablet or something. Right, so Shimeno, you're set up for that. I cannot hold the item, which is good. We put that here. I go stand on top of it. Talk to Shimeno. Leave. Yes. Join. Buy. Put that away. Walk into the wall. Grab 1, 2, 3. Right, you can have your backpack back, and these things, and Iron Maiden. Now we can go pay off the pikemen who are holding Captain Hawk prisoner. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Actually, now we need to go talk to Flindo, because we don't yet know that Captain Hawk is in jail, so we can't talk to the pikemen about it. Now we go rub the wheelment, yes. Yeep. Flindo, what did you do? What is it, Hawk? Yep. Pikeman. Bye. APAB. You should have remembered that, Flendo. So I'm doing the speedrun with DOSBox cycles equals 12,000. Oh, damn it. Nearly lost all my gold bars there. Drop that. Captain Hawk. Pay fine. Yes. Gold bars. Running at 12,000 cycles, because that's what the original speedrun on speedrun.com was using. Spades run. And it's just become like the default cycles to use, you know? Like you want to keep things as comparable as possible. But the speedruns for Ultima 7 Part 1 use 14,000 cycles. Hi, Selena. Bye. Already robbed the rent. It's fine. Where's Hawk? Come on, where's Hawk? Run ruined. Can't find one NPC. Because they're busy off drinking or something. Ultima 7 Part 1 speedruns use 14,000 cycles because I think that's what the GOG installer sets by default. So I wonder if we should somehow standardize on... Ah, there you are. 14,000, because then this will be a little bit smoother. Johnny. I love the music in this game. Yeah, it's so good. It's a little bit scratchy in my ears sometimes because I think trying to keep up with the emulation. Safety save. I should probably clear all my save games before doing a proper run, but it's fine. You'll see me. It's going to be very obvious if I'm trying to load a save game. And we have to do a safety save here because the act of sitting down in the boat and having all of the other passengers arrive frequently breaks and soft locks you. Yeah, come on, get on the boat. Boat song. Everybody take a shot. So we're gonna arrive on Moonshade, and then we just gotta grab a few items and then leave Moonshade. Honestly, I was kind of wondering, considering that we used the halberds to build a bridge over the ocean to get from Moonshade to Erstam's Island, do we even need to get to Moonshade by boat? Could we go direct to Erstam's Island from the mainland? Like, I don't have the F3 cheat mode right now, so I don't have a map. I can't show you a map. But there's usually not a huge amount of ocean between the landmasses because that would be boring. No bear. I don't want to fight bear. Go away. Need to talk to Fedibiblio. Give me a spellbook. Okay, fine. And we need to grab Create Ice from Frigidazi's place. But that's about it. And we just have to wind our way up the coast, fight some guys. I lost my mouse pointer. Too easy. Just wonder what my XP is at. So now here comes the difficult, tedious bit, which is nonetheless hilarious that it works. Instead of doing all of the quests on Moonshade, the banquet, meeting Porthos, blackmailing Porthos, we are instead going to walk over the ocean. Give me those. You won't be needing that. You need that. I need that. You need that. I will hold that. Screw the ring. I think that's the setup we want. Let's save and give it a go. Oh, and that should have been a split ages ago, but that's fine. I'm not actually tracking my splits too carefully. It's just the final time that matters. So, here we go. I need to be a bit quiet for this part. It's an excellent time to read donations if you want. Leave, yes. Monkile, join, buy. 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 Leave, yes. Yes, come on, register my clicks. Monkile, join, buy. Leave, yes. Monkile, join, buy. Leave, yes. Monkile, cunt. Join, buy. Leave, yes. Monkile, join, buy. Fragmental stew, hello. Oh, fuck me. We've soft locked. Need to reload. I'm doing this properly. We'll do it properly. So, as I was saying, this is very fiddly and prone to issues. Leave. Yes. Join. Bye. Leave. Yes. Hello, Captain Clever. Let me pause the timer. Well, no, it's fine. I'll keep it running. We're just doing this for practice.
Warning.
Hi.
Warning.
Hello, Captain Clever. Welcome on in. How are you doing? I'm attempting a speedrun. Empress Vel, if you're still there, could you give Captain Clever a shout out? I have my hands tied. Kinnikos Dragon, I think I see you there. Yes, hello, welcome in. Yes, I'm at the most fiddly part of my speedrun, so perfect timing, Captain Clever. How are you? People, if you are not following Captain Clever, please follow Captain Clever, because Captain is clever and a captain. They do many cool old school DOS games, including like Commander Keen speedruns and things. Are you breaking the game? I am breaking the game, yes. I'm walking over water. Join. Bye. This is a really fiddly strat that I figured out that I can use to skip a very large portion of the quest by just going from one island to another by surfing on halberds, in a way. We give a halberd to Shimino, they fall to the floor. You have to move around sometimes or you'll soft lock. You talk to Shimino, you tell him to leave. You tell him you want your items back, but you can't hold all the items, so what do? They fall at your feet. You tell him to rejoin. Bye. And now there's a halberd on the ground that you can walk on top of. And you rinse and repeat, repeatedly. Welcome in, everyone. Sorry I can't greet you individually right now. I'm just a little bit distracted. But I hope that this is entertaining for you, watching me go through the same...
Sonabel just subscribed, you bloody legend. The answer to life, the universe, and everything plus a bit.
Hello, Sonneveld. Wow, that alert was a bit janky. I'm going to need to fix that up, aren't I? Hi, how are you doing? I'm repeatedly doing the same dialogue option over and over again in order to cross the ocean. Hopefully without soft-locking this time, because bloody hell. This is some Doug the Eagle level nonsense. Yes, the speedrun that I started with was in fact based on Spade's speedrun, and Spade's speedrun was based on Doug the Eagle's anti-walkthrough. I have since found a few shenanigans of my own, such as this. Also, congrats on the 42, Sonnevold. Yes. Monk Isle. Join. Buy. Move. Pick it up. Make sure you're not soft-locked. Shimino. Leave. Yes. Monk Isle. Join. Buy. We're almost there, folks. We can almost return to regular nonsense. Leave. Yes. Monk Isle. Join. Buy. Shimino. Leave. Yes. Monk Isle. Join. Buy. There's a fine line between the rapidly clicking through the dialogue and like clicking slow enough that it registers your click and not clicking the wrong thing. Oh, it's stressful. Monk Isle. See there, Monk Isle. Join. Bye. Are we done? Please tell me we're done. Alright, we're on the mainland of Ostam's Island. Hello everyone. Welcome in. Thanks for the raid, Captain Clever. If you need to go do things like post-stream stuff, please go look after yourself. I will be doing some more shenanigans for the next half hour at least, because this is about how long the run takes. So let's see if I have that. Come on, let me drop that. Give me one of these. If I go combat mode, I drop that on the ground. I drop it on the ground. I can pick up the serpent jawbone. I can pick up all my items again. Or can I? Like, I need to do that a second time, but maybe we'll do it with the Shimino skip instead. No? Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm messing this up. I need a proper figure out of what to do. Like, because I've figured out a couple new techniques here, but I haven't really properly routed them into the run and like practiced them or anything. This is the practice run. Congrats on my water crossing, thank you. Hey, person I've never met before. Here's the password that we definitely totally got. I have the jawbone, which you definitely told me to go get. Thank you, bye. Don't need to do the Phoenix thing. Let me stand here. Can I hold that? No, I can't. That's good. Hey, Shimino. Leave. Yes. This last item. Okay, so he's only dropping one item. That's a problem. Hi, Koenigstan. Busy doing a speedrun. There we go. Okay, that's fine. So then we need to put the teeth into the jawbone. That's not a tooth. That's a bit of a scroll. 1, 2... Is that 3? That's only 2. Where's the third one? Where's the third Goram tooth? I do kind of love the Ultima 7 inventory system because it lets you have that actual kind of cluttered feeling that you would get if your inventory is full of shit. But sometimes it is a pain hunting for that 1 pixel wide object. Where do we go first? Monk Isle? I need to move my notes up. I think this is Monk Isle. Perhaps you need to buy some more cheese. Well, Fragmental Stew, we're actually going to acquire cheese right now. This is plot critical cheese. That's why I made the backpack bigger. Yeah, that's great. This is a bit loud in my ears. It's distracting me. Okay, now we just need to find Corn Guy. He's not having dinner. In some runs, when we've done things like fairly speedily, they've been eating dinner there. So now we play Hunt the Monk. Unlike all of the other NPCs in the game, who operate on schedules in 3-hour time units, the monks of Monk Isle actually have their entire business schedule updated on the hour, it seems, by some custom use code. So they're constantly running around doing stuff. Like, there was a bell just happened. So they've got their schedule changed to something else now. Where are they? There'll be major time losses here. Ah, you! Who are you? Can't speak. You! Corn Guy, excellent. He does seem to sit in that chair. Mandrake roots. Where is it? Swamps. I need to make these bold in my notes. Salt tides. Bye. So now, without letting him run away or anything, we need to go to bed. And we sleep for 4 hours. Don't ask me why 4. It's just how long it takes for Mandrake roots to happen. Is he still that one? No, that's Migim. Go away, Migim. Yes. Salt tides. Let's go. You know what? Before we grab that, give it to Shamina. There. Now we have light. That feeling when you think you have the correct key but can't find it in your inventory. Well, that's where the keyring is absolutely glorious. I would say it's the best item in the game, but that's, I think, a spot I reserve for the Ring of Shal. But one Mandrake Root. That. Two Mandrake Root. Three Mandrake Root. And now I can't be bothered walking back to the monk area, so let's just kill ourselves. Leave Monk Isle. Cool, so now we're here. Back on Moonshade. Unfortunately, I think the Provisioner is out, but that's fine. We'll use their bedroll and just sleep in the shop. 8 hours? Sure. I would love to get 8 hours sleep. That's the real fantasy in these games. Getting a proper night's rest. Let's leave and come back so Butchia hopefully is at her shop. What time is it? Maybe we need to wait another couple hours. Mental note there. Have a longer sleep. Damn it, where is she? I need to exchange gold coins. Or gold bars for gold coins. Seriously. This is just a practice run. It's fine. We're practicing. There you are. Exchange. Yes. Gold coins. Gold bars. Yes. All my gold bars. All 2 of them. Nope, we're done. Bye. Now we go get our spellbook, because we've got the Mandrake Roots, and then we can immediately start the expansion pack, the Silver Seed. And our goal in the Silver Seed is purely to level up. We just need to reach level 7, which paradoxically lets us cast level 8 spells. Oh, and we need to do the copy protection questions again, so I haven't prepared for this. Let's hope I still remember everything. 6 different no, 4 different materials. How many words of power are there? A lot, but it's like 27? Many characters are in the Fudian writing? Too damn many. Alright, we did it. Bye. So, check our equipment. Do we have our stuff? Yes, we've got that. Shimeno has... We don't need that. Woof. Like, where's my splits? Right, so we actually got the spell book, so that's another split. And off we go to do level 7. We go back in time for some reason. What? Why isn't this working? This is a fun cutscene. No! Flickering black line? That's the earthquake effect. It doesn't quite work in DOSBox the way it worked back in the day, but yeah. The way the halberd stays there, yeah. Tempted to read all these out, but we're not playing like a proper Let's Play. We are just playing for speed. I cannot stop and do the silly voices. Champion of Balance? What is it? Okay, bye. So now we have the keyring. Let's quickly add the 1 or 2 keys that we have to the keyring. I think we only have the one that's important, which is that brown one. The glowing one was Hawk's cell key. The brown one is the one to the Fawn treasury. The effect might work in DOSBox X staging. Yeah, I'm on an older build of staging. Bye. Service. Spells. 7th spell. Vibrate. Yes, we don't haggle. Haggling is slow. Ah, I clicked no. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I need to concentrate. 7th. Vibrate. Yes. 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 8th. Serpent Bond. Yes. Yes. No. Bye. Cool. We've got the spells we need. We don't have the ability to cast them yet, but we will soon. Another book turn animation in Alone in the Dark will never work if you don't use VRAM delay. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of subtle things like that that's tricky to emulate. So the first of the 4 major areas we do in the Silver Seed, and we're only really doing 3 of them, is Issek's Maze. And I'm gonna try something a little different here. So let's, I guess, save Deathwatch here. Damn it, I would really like some light, thank you. Aziz, light. So the item we want is Halberd and Iron Maiden. Come on. Iron Maiden. I want to give you all the cheese as well is the problem. But cheese won't be able to... Yeah, I won't be able to use it with this skip. Okay, we'll do it without the cheese. Sorry, Earl. I need to practice. Yeah. Here. Come on, where's the Iron Maiden? I need a good way of being able to pick out the Iron Maiden from all of the other black pixels. because it happens quite often that we can't see what we're doing. Human 3, so we need to go... right, we need to go right here, then down 1. Damn it! Did I screw that up? I screwed that up. I needed to put the Iron Maiden there first before I stepped through the threshold. That's fine, we'll do the maze normally. Alright, last one. Go south. Black pixels because you've got an object above your head that's lower than the ceiling, Fragmental Stew. The ceiling is 5 units tall, but the Iron Maiden on top of you gives you a tiny little extra ceiling above your head, and you are only 4 units tall. Up. Up. Sorry, Ural. No cheese today. Okay, grab the Helm of Light. That's some XP for us, and we're done. Yeah, so Earthquake, blah blah blah, no. Speedrun, DOS, yeah. I think you could have a category for Exalt speedruns. Yeah. But, you know, it's like which version... there's not going to be the same skips that I'm using here. Well, give me a break. There's a car or something. Fuck. I have a halberd in there, do I? Yes, so these two are yours. Or maybe I'll hold on to this one. It's too heavy. Yeah, like inventory management. Inventory management, let's just have you defenseless. So now we answer some riddles from a dragon. And we're doing all of this to get our experience up so that we can be level 7. I need to scroll my notes. Alright, let's answer some riddles, but very quickly because time is of the essence. The sands of time are dwindling. Riddles. Yes. Yes. One. Yes. 4. Give me another. 0. Yes. 14. No, thanks. We've done the riddles. Bye. And now that we've done the riddles, we just need to go fight an ancient undead lich. Haha, just kidding. We're not going to do that. instead, we're just going to steal all of the Lich's treasures. And by all, I mean the ones that give us XP by picking them up. Which way am I going here? I'm just going to wing it. Alright, here we go. Another skip. Let's use the dialogue-based one for this one, because I need to bring my stuff. Shimino! Leave! Yes. Join. Bye. It's honestly not that much slower than the combat mode skip that I've figured out, but the combat mode one has the advantage of you don't need to carefully wrangle things, you know, things, stuff, inventory. And we death watch, we death warp back to death watch. So now I want to go to the Fiend's Lair, but I've decided I don't want to bring Shimino with us, because that is prone to problems. I don't need to bring anything, I think. I just need to bring myself, and I can have a shield on to keep me a bit more healthy. Leave. No. Bye. Because there's just one corridor where he just consistently dies to the traps and ruins my day. Because we're in the past here. Thoxa hasn't been born yet. We can't just summon her and have her resurrect him. And like, okay, he does tend to not have any armor or even clothing on him. So he does take a lot more damage. Ah. I'll see if I can fight these, because I need the XP. We can just, like, keep fighting the animated suits of armor later, but I suspect these are worth more XP. Oh, no, this way, this way, this way. This way. The other thing is, if we go in combat with Shimino present, he can take some of the kills. And the game does not share experience between party members. It's whoever gets the killing blow. So we kind of want all of that for ourselves. Yeah. Go get my nice ring. Oh yeah, we are far below the minimum. Oh, but we will get more XP from actually picking up the ring itself, so that's good. $3164, we're close. We need to be at 3,200. Don't run away, you coward! Oh yes, this should do it. Come on, Avatar. Chase down that combatant that's fleeing. There we go. Oh, I should have brought the Iron Maiden. I should have brought the Iron Maiden. I was thinking of it in terms of, like, oh, I don't need to walk through any walls. I don't need this item. But I do need it if I want to death warp easily. And I suppose I can find something to kill me, but it's just going to be slow. This is fine. This is a practice run. Practice. We are just practicing here. We can walk back if we want to. How many hit points do I have? 3. Okay. Come on, slugs. Traps. There we go. Slightly faster. And just like that, we are done with the Silver Seed. But we normally would not be able to leave until we've done it all, or we wait 7 days, which is slow. But what we'll do here instead is go into the Test of Purity, which I think is a split. So if you don't know, this whole section is something you're supposed to do in a completely different section of the game. And you normally enter this magical test of virtue by double-clicking on a black and red pillar in Furnace. And it just so happens that the game devs, when making the expansion pack, they found some assets and they were like, oh yeah, we could reuse this. This is some nice decoration for the dining hall in Deathwatch. There it is. Oh, it's black and gold. Okay. So they reused it, but they didn't realize that it actually still had this use code attached to it, and it lets us escape the expansion pack early. Oh lord. And now we're going to escape Furnace early. So Shimino, we need you to be carrying... That's too heavy. Great. How can I do this? Do I need to drop some stuff? Like the Filari, maybe. Because I think I'm only like 1 stone away from being able to do this. There we go. So I need to drop the Filari and the Alchemist apparatus at the start of the game. Alright, Shimino, could you please make a bridge for me? This is one we have to do by dialogue. We can't do it with the new skip. Join by. Pick up your halberd again. And now we're with the other section of Furnace, the one that we can... Oh, go away. Why did it have to be snakes? The other section of Furnace, where you're normally entering for the first time. We're doing everything in very much the wrong order. And yeah, I was saying earlier, Spade's initial speedrun of Serpent Isle was based on Doug the Eagle's anti-walkthrough. But, you know, just with an eye to skipping things for speed and not just for shits and giggles. So there's a lot of things that are similar to that run. What can I drop? Get there. Come on, yes you can. You can get there. Look, I'll show you. Oh, that's interesting. I can't walk on top of the severed limb. Well, that's something to drop then, isn't it? What else we got? Goblin hairbrush? Oh, I can't reach that anymore. Fine, fine. Well, why could I reach it to put it there in the first place? Oh, Shimino's in my way, that's why. There. So we still haven't memorized our new spells. Memorized is the wrong word. Transcribed. But now we have, and now we can cast Create Ice on ourselves in this corner to entomb us in a block of ice that's 3 by 3 by 5, centered on our location. Actually, it must be 3 by 3 by 4 because it doesn't do the thing where it makes everything look dark. And when it wears off, it does a funny thing to the game engine, wherein the game engine temporarily thinks the area it occupied is permeable. Kill this guy. Don't need to kill the other trolls. Yeah, okay, okay. Combat mode off. And now we just gotta leave. Hello? Where's Shimino? Oh, the idiot got himself killed. Thankfully, we're out of the expansion pack now and we can just summon Thoxa. It would be really nice if we could just ask Thoxa, hey, while you're here, could you teleport us somewhere? Thoxa's gonna Thox, yeah. Because when you tell companions to leave and you're somewhere weird, and you say, hey, let's meet up at Monk Isle if we get separated, the companion will happily state, oh yeah, no worries, mate. I can probably get Thoxa to teleport me there if we get separated. But she doesn't do this service for us, and it would be very helpful. So we're going into the dream world to get the Ophidian sword that Batlin has in his dream. And the nice thing is, the dream version of the Ophidian sword is just as good as the real thing, if you can pull it out of the dream with you. Which we can. And we will. A little safety save. Okay, I need to cast Serpent Bond, then immediately open inventory. Scroll down my notes. We've skipped ahead. Things I need to give to Shimino. Spellbook. Ring of Shal. And Iron Maiden. Let's just dump that there. Yes, let's go. Oh no, I'm poisoned. As a snake. So, this is RNG as to where we start in the dream world. We're just about as far away from where we need to be as possible. That's okay, we'll just go through this handy map that I have. Oh, hey, Yellow. He's still in prison. He's just dreaming. on a cold stone cell floor, dreaming of freedom. Could we not be in combat for a moment, please? Oh, these things are so annoying. So just got to follow the map, because it is random where we start. I think we go here. Yep, we're back at the center. Then we need to go around this way. Oh, I can't do the quick skip. I should have had Shimino bring this halberd as well. That's fine. We'll do the dialogue skip, I guess. Wait, I can't do the dialogue skip because my inventory isn't heavy enough. Is the serpent staff two-handed? It is. Okay. So what I can do then is I can do the skip with the serpent staff, but next time maybe bring a halberd along, Nico. Where is it? There. So if I could get that back to you, come in here. And then I need the spellbook, please. And my ring of reagents. And I cast Vibrate on Batlin. And he drops his sword, which we give back to Shimino with all of the other stuff. Where'd you get that torch from? And I use this to exit the dream. Yeah, you get to see my death in stereo, Batlin. Lucky you. And before we die, make sure we give Shimino the maiden again, so that we get it out of the dream. What dreams! What dreams indeed. We now have another item we need. That's a split. I'll put that back there, that back there. You can has this. Oh, do we death swap again? I think we death swap again now. Wait, I need my gloves back on, and I want my ring back on. There we go. So what's next? Order Serpent? Yes, Death Swap. So now we go to Stefano's shack to retrieve the Blackrock Order Serpent, I think. And I haven't found a good way, despite all of my other quick skips, to get through this one. Like I find the most reliable spot is this spot here, and then casting Create Ice. Maybe later I'll experiment and try a couple of other techniques, but this corner is the good corner. Because we can't really see what's going on with the right-hand side of the room here. But we just need to take a single step when the ice wears off, into the wall, grab the snake, and leave. Hike back to the gate. Okay. Was that a split? No, we're waiting for the eye for our final split. Okay. So next we're going for the serpent armor. That's in fawn. We have the key to the gate room, so we can get there. Need to go east, then south. Oh, because this isn't east, dummy. I'm not quite at world record speedrun level yet. Right, so we need to use Serpent Bond just to get here. Let's use these shoes. And we don't have Ural's ball, but we do have a cheese. You can use that. So what I just did there was another fun skip. The various teleporters in the Serpent Gate world, obviously they all require you to have the corresponding serpent tooth, right? Which we definitely don't have. But it's only those magical opening iris gates that actually block you from using the corresponding teleporter. So if you could just hop over the ledge there. Oh, here we go. Now I need to look at this. So serpent armor in chest 2. So we build a little bridge to step up onto the too high ledge. Give those to you. Oh, I needed to be picking up more of these, actually. Or maybe I just decided we'll do it here. Sure, you can have a coat. What am I doing? Death warp. It's difficult to explain things while also doing the run. There's a too high ledge that separates you from the other teleporters in the gate room. But you can't just build a bridge and step up onto it, because there is a ceiling above you, not that you can see it. So that kind of effectively stopped people from building a little ledge and walking around the doors that block your path. But if you turn into a snake, you are no longer as tall as you used to be. And you can happily get up onto those ledges and then build another little bridge down and use whichever serpent gate you please. Serpent gate, serpent bond. It was obvious in hindsight. So now we're going to get the balanced serpent, so I'll leave Shimino here. South, east, then east. I hope that worked. Southeast, then east, which is that way, so we have to go all the way around. And what can we use? Running low on random items. Ah, here we go. A ruddy rock. So yeah, we ditched Shimino because it's very icy and cold here. He's not going to survive. We just need to rob Silverpate's treasure. And once again, consulting my little map. Wait, not here. Here. Got it. Oh, I didn't bring... Yeah, actually, walk back is the best option here. You don't want to death warp when you're in the frozen north, or die while you're in the frozen north, because the default spot that Karnax returns you to is a place you're not supposed to be yet, and doesn't have easy access to any serpent gates. And it's a royal pain when you're doing this for real in the game, because dumping you back at that spot means a long, long walk to getting back where you're supposed to. Thanks for the follow. Follows Hero Anonymous. And even if they weren't, I'm a bit distracted right now and can't easily read out who people are and what people are doing. But just know that you are appreciated. So, go back to the Serpent Gates. Last serpent we need to get is the Chaos Serpent, which is in the hands of Batlin. So we need to go get them from Batlin. Do you have any items? Build bridges. I think you can use a scroll. Yeah. The hitbox of some of these items is a bit weird. Super bond. So, where are we going? Northeast north. So this one. Let's use this pumice rock. No? Okay, well I gotta do something quickly before my spell wears off and soft locks me in the wall. So let's use... there we go. Honestly, thinking maybe in terms of inventory management at the start of the game, maybe I should keep the Filari and ditch some of these items which I now know can't be used as stepping stones. Oh yeah. It's a bit chilly. It sure is. I need to stand here and encase myself in a block of ice. And I think this is one of the cases where I find I can't use the Iron Maiden. I can do a whole bunch of, like, sanity checks later. And verify each of these skips I'm doing, which techniques can possibly be used. But let's use what works. Like, create ice, you know, you have to wait 20 seconds or something like that for the ice to wear off. But like setting things up for the other skips could easily take that long anyway, and you can make mistakes with it. Now, let me just save here. Safety save. So we're gonna go into combat with Selena, but we're gonna put her to sleep and all of her friends so that we can kill them while they sleep. And we gotta make sure we kill the Cyclopses first, because they're the ones that are keeping Selena, like, immune to damage. But the default combat AI in Ultima 7 is not easy to control. And you will often have people, yeah, okay. Here's all the 3 people, cool, yay. Do I want to do the thing? I think I want to at least put Shimino to sleep. That would probably be the easiest option, right? This is another Doug the Eagle anti-walkthrough trick where these 3 are supposed to accompany you into the cutscene in the next room, but now that they've been summoned, we can simply put them to sleep and then run through into the next room. So let's do it with just Yolo and Dupre here, because we don't want them in our party later anyway. I don't know if the cutscene is actually slower with them present or not, because the game does kind of bug out for a bit when they are not present.
See how I reward those who fail me.
And here we go. The Banes get set loose. We can't really avoid this because we need that Chaos Serpent from Batlin's corpse. And he literally does not exist in the world until this cutscene. Like, we can't loot it from him somewhere else. Yeah, I don't think we need his key, but I'm taking it anyway. And here we go, there's the Anarchy Bane. Fast asleep. How do we get him back? Well, what we can do is we can just use the hourglass, and Thoxa restores our party to its normal status. And we've got Dupre, we've got Shimino with his stuff still, that's good. And Yolo's also naked. Cool. We need to go next to the Isle of Crypts and get the Chaos Serpent Eye. We don't want to talk to Iolo or Dupre at this point because they still believe that they're like in jail or doing the very early cutscene where they first meet you with Marston and everything. I think it's here. So, Isle of Crypts, it's this way. Once again, we will be hopping up onto the wall here with... Let's use a gold coin. Can we use the stockings? We can. It's a bit nippy out, it is. Which is nice because it's been ridiculously humid lately. Yep, here I am, a cold-blooded snake running across the ice. I'm sure it's fine. Now, our two unclose companions might just end up dying here, but that's fine. Although I guess for the end bit, we do need ideally more than one person to be still alive. I don't know. Let's see. So, very carefully, I am now going to make a bridge. Why did I become a snake? In order to hop over the wall in the weird serpent gate dimension so that I can cheese my way to this area without having first acquired the serpent tooth that would be needed. And now I'm building a tiny bridge out of gold coins, as one does. So that I can avoid a teleporter egg that will teleport me back to the entrance of this area. How did I become a snake? The Serpent Bond spell, which we bought from Elissa back in time for 450 gold coins. And I need to go up until at least that dark spot on the wall. Doesn't matter if my companions step on the teleport egg. Oh no. It's just if I do it that the game's gonna yank me backwards. I think this is good. We're good! Now we just have to face a giant skeletal dragon. Powerful in life, unstoppable in death. Yoink! Whoop, 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 whoop. I actually don't know where we end up if we death warp from here. It's probably not faster, it's probably going to be the bad warp. Oh, and that was a split. So now we just got to do the end game. It's colder. It sure is, Dupre. Right. Crown Staff, Armor, Blackrock Serpents, Chaos Eye. Lots of mana. A decent amount. Sunrise Isle. Can I step onto this bottle of ice wine? Yes. Now this is tricky because Sunrise Isle is cold and our companions are going to be freezing. Once they arrive, anyway. Not this way. So once again, we need to do skips. Somehow the snake can do all that without hands. It's fine, it's a magical spell. Whenever you see something like that, a wizard did it. So how am I going to do this? I need to drop halberds. But Dupre and Iolo are still in the party. I could use Vibrate, or I could use the chat if I get Dupre and Iolo to leave, but they don't leave is the problem. If I talk to them, they're gonna like do their spiel. So instead, maybe I'll use Vibrate. Oh lord, he's just gonna die on us, isn't he? Okay, fine. YOLO. YOLO's standing in the right spot. Or he was. Okay, that's one. Shimino, I need you to give me stuff. There's your backpack, I'll need those. I assume I can't hold this? Oh, fuck me, I can. I can give you that. I can put the Iron Maiden in my backpack. And now I can't hold the halberd. Okay, so now, talk to Shimino before he dies of frostbite. Leave. Yes. Monk Isle. Join. Bye. Sweet. Okay, now can we... Yeah, okay, fine. Can we grab this halberd and give it back to you? And talk to you and get you to drop it. I'm not sure we even need to do this. In my screenshot, we've only got 2 halberds there. But maybe this will be necessary. Look, I'll join by... Because now we can pick this one up. I said we can pick this one up. Alright. Don't need halberds anymore. Yes, you're shivering. That's fine. Right, now let's see if I can set myself up for the other skip. Because it's quicker. But I need to give you a bunch of stuff. Actually, I need to give you my stuff. Hang on. Won't fit, jeez. I need to hold that. You need to hold that because that's all my stuff. I need a halberd on my back. I need no other inventory spots. And walk through the wall. That's odd. That should have worked. Do it again. I can't even single click. Game doesn't want me knowing what's beyond the wall here. Okay, fine. Oh. No, 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 no. We can't lose the Iron Maiden here. We cannot lose the Iron Maiden. Oh, come on. Iron Maiden? Iron Maiden. It should be about here, right? Alright, we can do this, but we'll just have to use spells instead. I don't know what has happened to our magical item there. But here's our backpack. Here's our stuff. Ditch that. I said ditch that. we can still get through all these walls with create ice. It's just going to use mana. But mana is a thing we have, and we have some mana pots. Oh, tired. We're at 1 hour 33 at the moment, so it's not world records or anything like that. I've beaten it faster before. I need 2 of these. And another create ice. We're out of mana. Fine. Drink mana pot. But this is fine, we're practicing. We've been out of practice for some time because it's been too hot for me to do any streaming. But now that maybe the weather is cooling down a bit, I could possibly do some streams, perhaps. Why not? Some people believe. That would be nice. There we go. We made it out of that area. We just need to run up here, do the same thing, assuming we have enough mana. So you can see we can see into the next room because the ice has made a little roof above our heads, basically. And when it wears off, it kind of removes area from some sort of cache in the game that it stores which bits are walkable or not. And we can step into the wall. Yay, streams! Hopefully, can extend. Like, you know, no promises. Even with the weather being more clement, I still have bloody work that is draining me. I'm not built for the 5-day 9 to 5. But we will try. Yay, possible streams. Keeps getting colder. Yeah. Thankfully we have enough warm items that we can mostly do this. Oh, come on, game. Let me place the item on the thing. Serpent Isle is a game about placing the item on the pedestal. What's the other item we need to drop? The Eye of Order! And on the left there, was that same serpent pillar that takes us to the test of purity? I wonder if that still has the same use code on it too. So we go to the right here just to avoid the cutscene. Come on. There we go. And then we're all set. Can do this for some practice. We want Balance Serpent, Other Serpent, Yet Other Serpent, and 2 eyes. Too heavy? No, come on, you can do it. My face has gone numb. Yeah, don't worry, we'll do this quickly. Hurry, Avatar. Slay me with the serpent sword. Gotta hit it a couple of times. And time. The Wall of Lights looks kind of funny. Well, it's like, it's got to be the balanced Wall of Lights, so it's red and blue. And we did it. 1 hour 37:16. Not a world record by any stretch of the imagination, but it was practice. And clearly I need more practice. Like, I can do all these clever skips and root things out.
We are done. Balance is restored.
But I still need practice to actually do the things and make it feel instinctive.
The entire universe. All are saved.
The entire universe is saved.
Worry not about your friend.
Well done. What? My friend?
One with
Why would Dupre be one with you?
Goodbye, Avatar. We thank you.
He died of frostbite a couple of minutes ago.
Well, 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 Avatar. You have managed to thwart me once again. By restoring balance where once chaos reigned, you have saved your accursed world. But now here you are, poised at the edge of eternity. Where would you go? Back to Britannia?
To Earth?
Perhaps you would join me on another world altogether. We do have a score to settle.
Exciting. Look forward to the next game, Ultima Exalted Edition, where you can play the exciting tale of Ultima 8 Pagan within Exalt, using a cool Ultima 7 engine, and have party members. And more like dialogue and inventory management, and no jumping puzzles. So it's kind of funny there at the end where, like, it's getting dark, you can't see me as much, and I don't have my ring light set up. It's still broken. I need to fix things. It's kind of funny that the Guardian, right? He says, well, you've thwarted me once again by restoring balance and, you know, stopping all of this chaos from happening. You've saved your world and thwarted my plans. I think he's taking credit for things that is not actually anything that was his plan. Because the balance serpent being taken out of the equation was like Mondain and Minax and Exodus in Ultima 3 before the Guardian existed. So really, it's just like, this thing was a problem that was building up for a long time, and it started to get really bad with the teleport storms and the imbalance and things. This wasn't the Guardian's plan. The Guardian's plan was just to bring Batlin here and punish him for failing to do things. So yeah, I think we can get sub 1 hour. I just need to get good. And maybe I need to do a little bit more research about which skips I can do in which places. Because, like, the thing is, doing the dialogue-based Iron Maiden skip is reliable and repeatable. It requires that initial setup where you've got, like, an almost full inventory. But once you've got that, you can do it quite quickly. The alternative one, where you use the combat mode to drop the Iron Maiden at your feet, that one... yeah, it's the opposite problem. You need to divest yourself of all of your containers and give them to Shimino. So you could do the run with, like, having your companion just be your pack mule for most of the game. It's just a case of, like, in some situations you want the backpack and the ability to hold things, and in some situations you don't. Such a good game. Seriously love this game. And I love how much, like, susceptibility to shenanigans it has, honestly. Like, there's some game engines out there that are really solid, and you can't do, like, out-of-bounds skips and things with them. And well done on the devs for doing that. But does it really matter that you can't manage to bypass walls and skip past things? If the player wants to do that, and they can, could you let them? Like, you don't want a situation where a novice player accidentally falls through the floor and gets stuck. You don't want the Cyberpunk 2077 situation. But like, as long as it's good enough for like normal players and they're not going to get stuck, leave in the other fun stuff. Like, if someone comes up with a clever way to bypass a cutscene, let them. Invisible walls are the bane of my existence, and I took great pleasure in bypassing them in World of Warcraft until inevitably the devs figured it out and patched things out, which was annoying. So I'm getting kind of tired, and I haven't had my dinner yet. I think we'll wait for the credits to end, and we might teleport around and have another look at a few key points there in the run. But I might raid us out and send us off to someone. I go to make a cup of tea, and you win the game. Such is the power of tea. Thank you. Thank you, Koenigstan, for your tea. It was clutch. Craft service supplied by Green Mesquite BBQ, Chinatown TGI Fridays, Little Caesars Pizza, Ropolo's Pizza, Jason's Deli, Conan's Pizza, Popeye's Fried Chicken, Baby Acapulco. Oh, I know who we're going to go see. But yes, let me load that in the background. Ah, yes, the Voodoo Memory Management System. The thing that made it such a struggle to run this game in the first place if you're using EMM 386 and things like that. Oh, ads, gross. So funny watching software scrolling. Yeah, it's kind of just hitching up a little bit here and there. Alright, so there were a few things I wanted to check up on. Are we going to get back to the main menu? Why the hell did they even use Unreal Mode when they could have used 32-bit protected mode? I don't know. We had to draw every frame of these credits, and we enjoyed it. We did. Yay, we got dumped back to DOS. That's good. Because we actually want to run Serpent Manimal for cheat mode. Let's go Serpent Manimal S for the Super S special mode of cheats. Yeah, I don't know, Kinikos. Like, the various DOS modes and the ways you get to, like, protected mode and real mode, and it's baffling to me. Like, there's so much stuff there, like, it's difficult. It is a difficult operating system to write a game for. Ah, yes, we're here. So, what did I want to check up on even? Like, mostly the skips. I want to give another go at those Sunrise Isle skips, actually. Let's go there. Can I go here? No. Go endgame. The reason why I've set up these special commands for myself to use to teleport to various locations is you can use the F3 menu to teleport yourself around in the game if you've got the cheats on. But a lot of the like endgame and Silver Seed locations are just kind of off the map slightly and really hard to find. And I think you can hear a bird in the background yelling, yelling cat, 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 cat. There is a special bird sound that I have associated with cat. So these dumb birds, they just fly past and maybe sit in the tree or on the balcony's railing, and then they look in the window and they go, "Oh, cat! Cat, 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 cat! Yeah, of course there's a cat here. She lives here. This is our turf, not yours. Damn birds." This is Poppy, everyone. Poppy is my cat. She's a cutie. She doesn't always want to be on stream, but when she is, we try to make sure that she's on here. Oh, that's hilarious. My cat totally thought there was a bird. This is one of the few times I can hear the noise the streamer mentions. Normally I'm like, what noise? Yeah, it's not always obvious to me like what's getting picked up by the microphone and what's not, but those birds are definitely very loud. Let's go back to the game, which was this one. And we can turn off the splits so we can see Poppy. There. I'm glad we got to see her on stream. So my thoughts were... let's just turn Hack Mover on. Oh, it already was on. It's weird, the game seems to remember, like, if you have the cheats enabled, whether you have certain things turned on or not, like in your save game. Not applicable to the speedrun, thankfully. But as a bonus, because we've just teleported in here, we haven't passed the egg that sets the "you are in a freezing biome" flag, so we're not going to freeze to death while we experiment. So let's see. To do the combat mode Iron Maiden skip, I need my right shoulder free, no backpack, no belt pouch, and a two-handed weapon. Let's use the Serpent Staff. It's thematic. And we need Chamois here to give us the Iron Maiden in our offhand. So then theoretically, if I'm not rushed by people yelling about freezing to death, I should just be able to go combat mode, and pick the Iron Maiden up again. Fascinating that it doesn't work on this wall. Oh wait, I need... Hey, give that back. Because this particular bit requires like 3 quick skips in a row, and it uses up mana if I use it with Create Ice. But yeah, Create Ice is weird. It's like more reliable for some subtle reason that I don't quite understand. What if we stood 1 square away? Because I would have assumed it's the same basic game code where you've created an item in an invalid state where it's overlapping some of the walls. And then by removing that item, you update the walk map to say, well, actually, you can totally walk here now. And it isn't until a few seconds later that the game catches up and is like, oh, yeah, right, we are not going to let you walk through that anymore. You can't use this to walk through doors, notably. And I think the way that they've optimized the logic is determining whether the avatar can walk any given square. They first check if there is a walkable tile underneath on the actual ground. Then they check things like doors, which, they frequently open and close, so you don't want to have to update your magic map of walkable tiles each time they change. So for the doors, I think they check the entire volume of the space it takes up. But all these walls here, the avatar can't normally move them. I just moved it. Whoops. You can't normally move them. So I think the game only bothers to check like its 0, point on its model. And it has some sort of cache of like which tiles are walkable otherwise, which get updated by things like enemies moving around, because you can't walk through enemies in this game. And yeah, there's a way to like... Oh, here we go, fire. So you see those tiles here where it looks like the bottom of that lit sconce. In fact, if I click on things, I should be able to, yeah, leave some yellow text behind. What about this? Bedroll. Yeah, so it's leaving junk pixels behind because there's no actual floor tile there to paint. So we can't ever walk through those particular squares. That will never work with any of my techniques. But the ones where they did accidentally leave some walkable tiles, we can walk through. So it looks like... How about I mark this with my bag? And we'll go away and come back, because those walls that we just ripped out of the place, the game doesn't even bother to keep track of the fact that we've moved them, because you shouldn't normally be able to move them. So we know that we can possibly walk through this bit, this bit, this bit, this bit. Am I set up? Yeah. Come back. I don't know what happened with the Iron Maiden previously. I can't get through there. It's very strange. But I am slowly forming, like, a theory as to, like, how this actually is working. So if I pull that bit of wall out... No, it's not. Very strange. But it will work with Create Ice. So we go stand in this exact same spot. I don't have my spellbook because it's in this bag here. Cast Create Ice on yourself. You make a 3x3 block on you. And when it wears off, you can just walk through the wall. There's not even a like tight timing on it. There's a fairly large gap where the wall is permeable. Ta-da! Magic! But yes, I am tired. It's been a stream. Thank you all so much for joining me. I would like to now send us over to your mom. Because, did you know that your mom streams? Hi, Tired. I'm Charles. Hi, Charles. Copy my own damn raid message. Yeah, like, I'm still not on any kind of schedule. Your mom is playing a very cool looking game called Fantasy III: The Wrath of Nicodemus. Nicodemus? Like, no, not Nicodemus. Nicodemus. And it's CGA. And CGA is fan-fucking-tastic, so let's go say hi. Thank you again, Captain Clever, for the raid. Let's go do that. So, Captain Clever, if somehow you're not aware of who Captain Clever is, yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for the stream. See you again soon. See you all soon. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you at some random time. Eventually, maybe, if the weather is permitting and also I'm not super tired from work. Take care. Bye-bye.